Picture this, Sicily, 1931. No, wait, that's the wrong one. Okay, picture this. It's 8:30 p.m. Your kid is at the kitchen table, pencil in hand, staring at a word problem about trains. They're supposed to figure out when train A meets train B. Instead, they're on meltdown number 3. You're Googling how much wine is too much wine on a school night, and the only train you care about is the one that's about to run off the tracks. Now, what if I told you there's a tool that doesn't lose its patience, doesn't roll its eyes, and can explain that math problem in the voice of SpongeBob or The Rock? That's not sci-fi, my friend. That's AI. And for ADHD parents, it might just be the homework lifesaver we've been desperately praying for. So grab your coffee or reheat it for the 3rd time because obviously. And let's dive into how AI can become your new secret sidekick. Hey friends, welcome back to Chaos and Caffeine, the podcast for parents raising kiddos with ADHD and wondering if AI can finally do what chore charts, sticker systems, and our endless Pinterest boards never could. I'm your host, Danielle, and today we're tackling a question that's been lighting up parent forums, TikTok feeds, and probably your group chat. Can artificial intelligence actually help our kiddos survive schoolwork? Now, I know what you're thinking. Danielle, AI? Isn't that just robots plotting to take over the world while my kids still can't find their left shoe? Yes, kind of. But hear me out. We're not talking scary sci-fi robots. We're talking about AI tools that can actually help our kids focus, learn, and get through the homework grind without the nightly meltdown that ends with someone crying over fractions. And sometimes that someone is me. First, let's talk about why AI even makes sense for ADHD brains. Our kids crave novelty, personalization, and instant feedback. 3 things traditional classrooms often fail at. Think about it. 25 kids, 1 teacher, 1 lesson plan. It's like serving Brussels sprouts to 25 kids and expecting everybody to say yummy. Yeah, that's not happening. AI flips that. AI adapts. If your child gets stuck, AI doesn't sigh dramatically like I do. It doesn't roll its eyes and say, we've been over this 12 times. It just patiently re-explains. And the novelty built right in. Your kid can literally ask a math app to explain fractions in the voice of Naruto. That dopamine hit is gold for our brains. Science backs this up. Studies show AI tutors can increase engagement and comprehension by adjusting to the learner's pace. They can gamify the process, offer micro rewards, and make the slog, less sloggy. Basically, AI is that magical teacher who never gets tired and never judges and is totally cool with explaining long division for the 47th time. While your kid interrupts to ask why Pluto got demoted as a planet. That's why ADHD and AI is like peanut butter and jelly. It just works. Is your next step on the ADHD parenting journey treatment, but you're feeling a little apprehensive? You, my friend, are not alone. So many of us want options that are science-backed and parent-approved. Meet Dr. Richard Bowles, geneticist, ADHD dad, and creator of NeuroNeeds. When his own son was struggling, he created a powerful all-natural supplement that helped his son get off stimulant meds completely and thrive all the way to college. It's called NeuroNeeds, and it's packed with exactly what ADHD brains need to function, focus, and regulate without the side effects. If you're curious, hit the link in the show notes to check it out. And don't forget to sign up for our newsletter while you're there, because right now, NeuroNeeds is doing us a solid by giving away a free brain bundle, and all you have to do to be considered is to sign up for the newsletter. Because you deserve science you can trust and support you can feel. Okay, let's get practical. How do you actually use AI with your kid without turning it into another shiny distraction. Here are some mom-tested ways that can make a difference starting tonight. The homework helper. Let's say your 5th grader is staring at a word problem that might as well be written in Greek. Instead of white-knuckling it, you can pop it into an AI tool like ChatGPT or Magic School AI. Ask it to explain this problem like my kid is 10 years old and obsessed with Roblox. Boom. The problem is translated into language your kid actually cares about. Pro tip, have AI give hints, not full answers. Otherwise, you know our kids, it's going to become a crutch. Think of it like training wheels, not Uber. Next up, a reading buddy. Struggling readers, text-to-speech is your new best friend. Tools like Immersive Reader or Speechify will read aloud assignments. And here's the trick. Pause after each section. Ask your child to summarize in their own words. That's fluency and comprehension without the nightly tears. Girl. And bonus, if your child hates reading, let AI read a chapter in a funny voice. Suddenly, the boring book isn't so boring. Use it as a study sidekick. Studying for a test doesn't have to mean flashcards that gather dust. Ask AI to quiz your kid in fun formats. Pretend you're Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, quizzing me on multiplication. Or make me a trivia game about ecosystems where wrong answers unleash dragons. That novelty hook keeps ADHD brains engaged. Executive function lifeline. Let's be honest, our kids struggle not just with what to do, but how to do it. That's where AI-powered planners come in. Tools like Goblin Tools can break assignments into bite-sized chunks. Instead of write essay by Friday, it turns it into step 1, pick a topic. Step 2, write 3 sentences. Step 3, add 1 detail. It's like having a tiny executive assistant who doesn't forget about the diorama project until 9 p.m. the night before it's due. All right, I know you guys are like, girl, this all sounds so good, but is it even possible? So here's the truth. When my son was really struggling with reading, I decided to test out AI as kind of a behind-the-scenes tutor. I plugged in his reading stats, where we were falling short, what we were trying to improve, and then I told AI exactly what book we were working through. Each week this summer, I'd ask it to create a set of comprehension questions for the pages we were on, plus 5 vocabulary words he could practice for the week. Suddenly, instead of me scrambling at the kitchen table trying to come up with questions on the fly, girl, I had these perfectly tailored practice sheets that matched his level and his needs. We did this every week, and honestly, the results were amazing. His confidence went up, his comprehension clicked in ways that it hadn't before, and for the first time, reading didn't feel like we were dragging him through quicksand. It felt like support, and that's when it really hit me. This isn't cheating, it's scaffolding. It's me using every tool available to help him where his brain is, and not where I wish it was. When you're parenting a child with ADHD or executive function challenges, there is no simple manual. It's hard to know, am I supporting or enabling? How do I set boundaries that build independence and accountability? How do I create consequences that teach and not just punish? World-renowned ADHD specialist Cindy Goldrich is a mental health counselor and founder of PTS Coaching. Cindy and her team of expert coaches teach strategies grounded in brain science and delivered with deep compassion. They help parents move from frustration and confusion to clarity and connection. Because ADHD isn't just about attention. It impacts motivation, emotional regulation, problem solving, and it affects the whole dang family. If you're ready to stop walking on eggshells and start building calm, connected relationships, reach out to ptscoaching.com or check them out in the show notes. If you've got a complex kid and want support that actually helps, this is a great place to start. Okay, next we need to talk about boundaries. So let me be clear. AI isn't all sunshine and freshly sharpened pencils. Like anything in ADHD parenting, it can be a total game changer, or It can backfire faster than a Pinterest chore chart. So let's talk about boundaries. Over-reliance is real. If your kid's only strategy is, oh, I'll just ask ChatGPT, they're not actually learning. They're outsourcing their brain. It's like asking Alexa to do all your sit-ups and expecting abs by summer. Trust me, it doesn't work like that. AI should be scaffolding, not a substitute teacher doing the work for them. Privacy concerns. I cannot scream this loud enough. Do not feed your child's personal details into random apps. Their names, their school, their struggles, none of that belongs in the wild. Use school-approved tools or platforms designed with kids in mind. Because the last thing we need is our ADHD parenting hacks showing up in some creepy ad for Miracle Brain boosters. Parent as filter. Here's the truth bomb. AI spits out words. Sometimes brilliant. Sometimes garbage. Sometimes so wrong it makes you question humanity. Your role is the human filter. You know your kids' quirks, their humor, their limits. AI doesn't. If it gives your child an answer that feels off, well, that's where we swoop in. AI can support, but it cannot replace the wisdom of an exhausted, coffee-fueled parent who knows their kid better than anyone. And here's the real talk moment. AI can rewrite your kid's essay on George Washington, but it can't see the look in their eyes when they're about to yeet their Chromebook across the room. That's where you come in. Tech doesn't replace parenting. It just makes it suck less some nights. Think of it like a co-pilot. It'll keep you in the air, but you're still the one flying the plane. All right, gather around, because I have found something that feels like it was invented by a frazzled ADHD mom who was one spelling list away from losing her religion. It's called StudySim, and let me tell you, it's like tutoring, but with AI that actually gets your kid. Here's the deal. StudySim lets you plug in exactly what your kid is working on, whether that's long division, vocabulary, or trying to understand why Shakespeare couldn't just speak normally like the rest of us. And it creates personalized practice in real time. Think comprehension questions, quizzes, flashcards, explanation at their level, and yes, you can tell it to make math sound like Minecraft or Taylor Swift lyrics if that's the only way your kid will listen. Why I'm obsessed. It adapts to your child instead of serving up the same boring worksheets for everyone. It's interactive, playful, and keeps their attention way longer than me trying to make it fun on my own. It helps build confidence without you having to hover like a stressed out homework cop. And here's my honest mom take. It's not a replacement for you or a teacher, but it's an amazing bridge. And for ADHD brains, that bridge is often the difference between tears on the math worksheet and actually finishing it before bedtime, my friend. So check them out in the show notes, and if your kid ends up actually asking for more practice, yes, that happened in my house, you can thank your girl later. Okay, let's land this plane with a few easy wins you can try later this week. Remember, this is not about being perfect or downloading 47 apps by bedtime. This is about experimenting and seeing what clicks for your kid. Pick one subject your child struggles with, just one. Not math, reading, science, history, and their future career path. Let's start small. Ask AI to explain it at their level. Bonus points if you throw in their favorite obsession. Roblox, dinosaurs, Taylor Swift, whatever keeps their dopamine firing. Try text-to-speech tonight. Pick a chapter from their book and let an AI reader do the heavy lifting. Then pause and ask them one question in your own words. That's it. Done. Turn study time into playtime. Ask AI to create 5 silly questions for their test. The sillier, the better, because kids remember more when they laugh. Break down one big project with an AI planner. Instead of build volcano by Monday, let AI map out the micro steps. Suddenly, it feels manageable instead of like climbing Mount Doom without a Sherpa. Lastly, keep it playful. Keep it low stakes. If it flops, no big deal. You've lost absolutely nothing. But if it works, You've just bought yourself some sanity and maybe a few minutes to try to drink your coffee while it still tastes good. That's a win in my book, homie. So, will AI fix ADHD? Sorry, friends. The robot uprising isn't going to magically erase executive function struggles. But can AI be that extra cup of coffee you desperately need when homework hour feels like World War III? Absolutely. Here's the beauty. You don't have to overhaul your entire parenting system. You just have to experiment, adapt, and use tools available to lighten the load. Because your child doesn't need perfect. They don't need you to become a tech guru or homeschooling saint. They just need you showing up, trying, and loving them fiercely even when the homework folder makes you want to cry. If today's episode gave you even one new idea to survive spelling lists and volcano projects, do me a favor, hit subscribe, leave a 5-star review, but much more importantly, share it with another parent who's out there Googling how to survive ADHD homework hell. Until next time, keep the coffee hot and the chaos caffeinated. I'll see you guys back here next week. Same caffeine, definitely same chaos, different topic.